All right, and let's bring in now National Senator Matt Canavan and WA Liberal Leader Basil Zempilas. Welcome to you both. Well, the big local news today was that the Greens have elected Queensland Senator Larissa Waters to replace former leader Adam Bandt. Now, she beat Farooqi and Sarah Hanson-Young, but it appears, given by her first press conference today, that she learnt no lessons at all from the election because yet again she was focusing on Gaza. Have a look.
We're the Greens, so of course we stand firm always on social justice and human rights. Whether that's First Nations justice, whether that's a free Palestine, whether that's peace and human rights globally, we will always be there calling out atrocities, calling out a genocide and standing strongly on social justice and human rights. I know a lot of wonderful Jewish voters who are backing the Greens because they don't want a genocide either.
Well, I think that's highly offensive to Jewish Australians. Apparently, she thinks some Jews are wonderful if they're backing the Greens, if they agree there's a genocide in Gaza, when of course there's no genocide. Now, meanwhile, have a look at Farooqi. She's in denial about how badly the Greens lost.
Migrant and multicultural communities have, in the tens of thousands across Sydney, across Brisbane, across Melbourne, backed our strong stand against the genocide in Gaza. To the right-wing media, to the billionaires, to the big corporations, and to the Albanese government, this is our message. We are not going to take a step backwards on action on climate, on the environment, on housing, and for justice for Palestine. Our voters have put us there to fight for people and the planet, and that is exactly what we will be doing.
Basil, if this continues to be the Greens' focus, they're just going to descend into irrelevance, won't they?
Well, there are lots of political parties right at the moment looking deep within, as they should, after an election result. The Liberal Party is clearly doing that. I'm a part of that at state level. The Greens, maybe they haven't missed the memo, but maybe they're just not going about it in the right way. I mean, there can't have been any more public a rebuke for what they took forward and what they stood for than Adam Bandt being thrown out. He's the highest profile Green by a mile, the leader of the party. He's driven all of their policy and their communications, and the response from those people in his seat of Melbourne was to turf him out. So how that history, recent history by the way, is suddenly being rewritten or at least reinterpreted by his colleagues who remain is baffling, and it certainly shows that they're not learning or haven't looked for the lessons from the election just gone.
No, exactly right. Matt, you have to sit with, these senators every single day that you're in Canberra. I mean, we were all thrilled that the Greens lost 3 of their 4 lower house seats. But, when you look at it, it is a depressing thought that they now have control with Labor in the Senate.
Well, you're absolutely right, Sharri. They were their platform. The Greens' extremism was rejected by the electorate, but they've been accepted by the Parliament, given the vagaries of the Senate. Keep in mind, only half of the Greens are up for Green senators are up for election, as per the Senate's rules. And you only need, if you get 9 to 10% of the vote, like the Greens do, you tend to get a senator up anyway. So while they had swings away from them, they still were able to maintain their Senate representation. And then, just given all the other changes in the Senate, they've ended up in a situation where the Labor Party now can pass any law it wants with just the support of the Greens. They don't need Lydia Thorpe, they don't need Fatima Payman, David Pocock, they're all irrelevant. They just need the Greens. So this will be a real test for the Labor Party now, and something that should be of concern to all Australians, because clearly the Greens here are not going to change. They're not listening. I mean, I have said we need to listen. I've said we need to change our approach because we lost. We got thrashed. But you just hear there from Larissa Waters that they're not listening at all. They're going to double down. And the question now is, will the Labor Party back down to the extreme demands of the Greens and take this country much, much, much more extreme?
And that's what I'm afraid of as well, especially when it comes to tax policy, and I'm going to talk about this a bit later with Warren Hogan, but, you just think, how much further on tax will the government go if the Greens are demanding changes to capital gains tax or death taxes, inheritance taxes? I mean, it's It's a terrifying prospect because the Albanese government knows it currently has no genuine competition, no threat from the Liberal Party.